where we come together Tuesday through Friday and start our awesome day off in a positive light with like-minded individuals. And we just spend a few minutes, but we make this a powerful 15 minutes. And so, of course, today we have our phenomenal VP of Training, Coach Dan. And guys, hopefully you have pen and paper ready to go. A couple of announcements. It's Wednesday, and here in Chicago, it's scan party time. So we scan at the dispensary from 6 to 7, and then we have our wonderful business overview, and afterwards people hang out, they get their questions answered, they decide to become customers or either distributors. And for this week on Saturday, guys, we started our training. We did our second one. We will not be there because the facility is being rented out, but we will be back the following Saturday. We will be in Boston with the Bernadine, Kirkland, and the Blessed branches. So if you have people in Boston, by all means, get them to that event. And without further ado, I would like to bring up our own Coach Dan, who is a phenomenal motivational speaker all over the world. And we get to call him our own trainer, leading us to greatness. Coach Dan, are you out there? He does this to me all the time. I know you're out there. Unmute the line. Okay. Let me see if I have a message. I don't have a message, but just 1 minute. I'm going to see if there's any difficulties. And then we're going to do this call anyway. So hold on, guys. Well, okay. I gave him a phenomenal introduction, and all of that is true. I have no idea where he is this morning, but I'm going to find some help out here on the line to take us to the next level and to share information. And so I see my Kathy Weathersby. I'm going to unmute her. And let me see who else is out here. Of course, I'm always calling on Dr. Ross. So Dr. Ross, if you're out there, but Mike Newsom, I want to call on you. I want you to share what has happened in your journey with Akana since you got started back in Founders in November. Kind of share exactly what's happening. I think I need to move to another place in the house because it said my connection is difficult. Can you guys hear me? Mike, I unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Phyllis. Can you hear me?
Yes. So, guys, I'd like Mike to kind of share what his journey has been since he got started back in in our Founders program in November, and just take us along the path that you come and grow in your business, how it's changed, how you started, but you've always been coachable. So, Mike, take that away. Just share.
Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate the opportunity to share with the teams. It's always just a humbling experience just to be able to have a moment to talk. I mean, it's just such an honor because there's so many leaders on this line. And, my journey just been a journey of one step at a time. It started with an introduction on Facebook. Phyllis reached out and reintroduced herself to me and just asked me a couple questions. Was I open-minded about taking a look at some information? And, I always am open-minded about things because I know, great things come from brilliant ideas. And I just wanted to, see what was going on. And that started the conversation. And when I reviewed the information, this made a lot of sense. I knew Phyllis had so much credibility in the industry, her and Melissa. And I said, well, I know if they're involved in something, it's worth exploring. And that led to coming on to a seminar And at the time, the founders program was in place, and she shared with me that the advantages of being the founder. And I said, "Wow, a young African American owned company, at the growth stages, and to be able to have um, a almost an ownership stake in the company, and to be able to help it grow, let's go for it." So, I kind of slow walked the process and wanted to make sure I understood the concept, and we just been kind of, building ever since. I didn't intend to build a team until one of my teammates, Cece, reached out to me and asked me about a business, because she was thinking about an accounting business. I said, "Well, look, I'm just getting started in this new opportunity. Take a look." And then once you bring on a teammate, that changes the whole dynamic, because you're now accountable to a person. If you ask somebody to join you, you've got to walk the walk. So once CC joined, I knew I had to kind of step my game up. And from then, they were promoting the event in Las Vegas. And I said, well, in order to really be all in, I need to have eyes on what's going on. So my wife Patricia and I decided to take the trip to Las Vegas, and we got to meet everybody that you hear on this call, Bernadine and Phyllis, face to face, and just saw it, Diamond Mooney, Doc. I got to sit next to Dr. Prince, and it was more than just a voice on a phone. It was a person who I actually got to talk to and meet, and I just knew that the fundamentals were in place. And I said, let's go. So, I feel like I am a part of this company. I want to help this company 10x itself. And I just know with the leadership that they're bringing on with Mr. Reich, Steve Reich, that's the marketing elements that he's going to bring in. We're just poised and positioned to do great things. So I'm just telling my people, I've got a new person on the call today, JC out of Georgia. We're so glad to have you. She sees it. She knows that it's more than just a business to make money. This is not just one of those things. This is something that we're going out there and helping people and changing lives. The strongest thing that's been happening with the meetings that we've been having on, the opportunity meetings, is the testimonies. The money's there, the products are there, but just the life-changing testimonies that people have been giving about how the products have changed their lives is just making a difference with everyone. So I just encourage you to, continue to go out there sharing the products, because they're changing lives, they're making a difference. Get passionate about what you're doing. When you believe in the cause, people can hear it in your voice. And this is something that we're going out there touching the community. We're doing community events. We're doing bioscans. Those bioscans are revealing trends in our community, and people want this information, and we're the conduit. So guys, you've got your hands on something really powerful. Just plug into the system, be a product of the product, and just listen, learn, and grow. The biggest part of this business is self growth. You gotta be able to sustain the process. In order to get to where we gotta go through the no's. Phyllis a couple months ago talked about a book called Go for No. It's sitting on my desk right now by Richard Fenton. It's talking about, it's not about the yeses, it's about the no's. And as we go through the process, we get better, we get stronger, we get more articulate, and we just shine like a diamond. So, Phyllis, we appreciate your leadership and listening leadership, and I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I hope the takeaway, guys, was there that he used the system. He got videos. He looked at the videos. He then was plugged into a webinar. He then went into decided to come into the business, and he did his team the same way. There's not one person that Mike does not bring to the table unless he has done that same system and then done a three-way. Everyone that's in his business, he's used the system. So I applaud you, Mike. And then Coach Dan, you are there. Please take it away.
Great morning. I don't know why I could not unmute my phone. Congratulations. What we just heard is really the process. And one of the things we just heard in this process, Ms. Phyllis, and you can stay here if you like, with me, is the fact that he brought someone in. The person he brought in began to run, and as a leader, he said, I got to get in as well. I got to really get in and lock my teeth into it so that I can help and that I can see what's really going on. He invested time, he invested money into coming to coming to Vegas. All of those things are important. You have to become a participant in the process if you're going to fulfill your promise. If you're going to get to the promise, you got to become an active participant in the process. That's what Minister Diamond Mooney did. That's what Bernadine Kirkland did. That's what Gigi Harris. So many of you that's on the call, so many leaders that you talk to, they made a decision to become an active participant in the process. And what is the process? That process is this system that we continue to talk about, the system that we lay out for you, that's been laid out for you, that has been proven, that has proven itself to be successful. And so as we come on this 21st day, and this is our last week of June, this is our final week, one of the things that I want to encourage everyone that started, I want to encourage you to finish. And I not only finish, but I want you to finish strong. Now, how do you finish? How do you finish? And how do you finish strong in this moment? How do you finish strong in a moment whereby things may have not gone the way that you thought it would go this month? How do you finish strong in a way whereas you have not hit the goal yet? How do you finish strong? Well, what we're going to do real quick in the next 3 to 5 minutes, we're going to utilize finish as an acronym. It was something that I was thinking about on something else, and I said, wow, this is important, because one of the things that that hinders us from finishing is we have the tendency not to forget our previous failure. So what I want you to do, utilizing the F, is I want you to forget. I want you to forget what didn't happen yesterday. I want you to forget the fact that you made those calls and the people didn't answer. I want you to forget about that, because if you focus on that, you're going to get stuck on that. And so that's number one. And you just heard them talk about go for the no. I've been sharing for years that the blessing is in the no. The blessing is in the no. Because one of the things that when you hear no's, that it does for you is that it not only does it make you stronger, but it also makes you smarter, and it also gives you capacity. If you're going for the no, then you won't deal with rejection as often. Because when they actually said no, that's what you was going for. So you get surprised when they say yes. The other thing is be intentional. The I in finish is be intentional. You have to be intentional about what it is that you're seeking to accomplish. And being intentional means you know your numbers. Being intentional means you understand what it is that needs to be done. You know how many people you got to have. And this is how you're going to finish strong. You're going to look at where you are today, what you need, what do you need to do to get to where you're going, and you're going to be intentional about getting there. The end is you're going to neglect. What do you mean neglect? Listen, there are some things I must neglect if it's going to hinder me from reaching my full potential, reaching my goal, reaching my destiny. I must neglect it. What does that mean? For me, neglect is I gotta neglect sometime maybe watching your favorite show. I gotta neglect spending time on social media. I gotta neglect going to going out to the restaurant to eat. There's some things that deserves to be neglected. There's some things that deserve to be neglected. The I, ignite. The next I is ignite. What are you igniting? You're igniting your team. You're igniting everybody around you. That's what we heard earlier. We heard in that testimony, we heard leadership. You have to exert leadership. Remember, we're not in a game where you do it all by yourself. We're in a game where it's going to take a team to win. So you got to ignite your other teammates if you're going to finish strong. And then the S is understanding that your success is inevitable. If you do the things that I'm telling you to do right now, you will find that your success becomes inevitable. You have to understand that not being a success and not being successful is not an option. So therefore, you're going to continue to repeat everything that I just said. And then the H finally, as we get ready to close this out in the 3 minutes, H is Ask for help. Nobody on this call is on this journey alone. Everyone that you're hearing from is here to help. And so you cannot forget to ask for help. Let's finish strong. Let's close out this month strong. And I look forward to seeing each one of you that's under the sound of my voice. As we say all the time, at the top, the very top, the tippity tip top. I look forward to seeing all of you prosper. Because you're right now, we're in the right position, at the right time, in the right industry for you to take over prosperity. Prosperity, take ownership of prosperity. It is yours, but it's only yours if you finish what you start. Back to you, Phyllis.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, guys, this is the day. This is Wednesday. Again, join us at the dispensary for our scan party. Bring family and friends out, people that need to know what's going on inside, and they're definitely their blood type. Again, work towards Boston and then get ready because we're going to Richmond, Virginia on the 21st and 22nd of July. So, and in between there, we have I Am Every Woman that you will definitely want to attend here in Chicago, July 14th, which is a Friday evening. It's all about that self-care and what we need to do. We're going to have fun, infused food. We're going to have massages. We're going to have senses awakening, all here at our phenomenal dispensary. So go out today and push. It's cruise time, guys. We only got a few more days. If you got numbers and you need help, you need to be getting those numbers in so you can win that cruise. And if you're about hearing my voice and you're brand new, hey, Coach Dan, they can still win that cruise if they're determined. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Have an awesome day now. Bye.